Welcome to the channel. Before we get started in this video, I'd just like to inform you that I have, for the first time today, had a discussion with the DeepSeek AI assistant made by the Chinese company with the same name. When I first started researching this AI, I was surprised because on the internet, everybody was searching for the DeepSeek R1. And even I thought it was called the DeepSeek R1. But after having a good conversation with DeepSeek, it is not the DeepSeek R1, it is the DeepSeek V3. So already at the onset, an urban myth has begun. Millions of views, people searching for the DeepSeek R1, when it's not. The version that we're talking about today is DeepSeek version 3, and it showcases the DeepSeek R1 technology. Although I had a conversation, I decided to test it, and this is the result of that test. This script I asked DeepSeek V3 to write, and what's paradoxical about this is that it is itself the subject. And I, the human, in this case, because it is a test, I decided to narrate it myself. AI is no longer science fiction. It's rewriting how we solve problems, create content, and even think. But how does an AI like DeepSeek V3 go from lines of codes to a tool that writes scripts, debugs apps, and plans your next vacation? We're pulling back the curtains on one of the most advanced AI assistants today. Stick around, this is a deep dive you won't want to miss. DeepSeek V3 wasn't born overnight. It's the brainchild of DeepSeek, a Chinese AI research lab with a mission to build ethical, human-centric AI. The team that works on this project include AI researchers. These are experts in machine learning, neural networks, and ethics. There are linguists. They are fluent in over 20 languages to ensure global usability. There are ethicists to ensure the AI avoids bias, misinformation, and harm. Development began in 2018, but the breakthrough came in 2023 with the adoption of hybrid Transformer XL architecture, a model that balances speed, accuracy, and content retention. After 18 months of rigorous training and testing, DeepSeek launched in 2024 as a Swiss Army knife for the digital age. Let's geek out on the tech. DeepSeek V3 runs on a 3-layer framework. The first layer is a data layer. Petabytes of data, which includes books, code repositories like GitHub, scientific journals, and even Reddit threads. On this layer, there is also ethical filtering, which is a safety net that removes toxic or biased content during the training. The second layer is a training layer, and the hardware that they are using to train this model is NVIDIA A100 GPUs across distributed servers. This layer has hybrid learning. It combines supervised learning, or human-labeled data, and unsupervised learning, which is its own self-discovery. The cost is estimated at $10 million in compute resources alone. The next layer is an inference layer. This is a real-time processing. It responds in milliseconds by predicting the next word and sequences. In this layer, there are also context windows. These retain up to 16,000 tokens, or roughly 12,000 words per session for coherent long-form chats. Unlike older chatbots, DeepSeek V3 doesn't just regurgitate data, it reasons. For example, when debugging Python code, it cross-references syntax rules, Stack Overflow threads, and its own logic to suggest fixes. That concludes part 1 of a 3-part series into this deep dive into DeepSeek V3. In our next episode, we'll be looking at some of the real-world applications for creators, developers, and educators. We'll also be looking at the logic process of DeepSeek R1. Fascinating look into how the AI processes its logic. So if you find this content interesting, consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell and joining us in the next episode. And what I've also discovered is that this thing is also causing a storm in the stock market. US tech companies are taking a massive hit in the wake of the news that it only cost $6 million to train this LLM, and it was a side project. When you have the hundreds of millions of dollars to train OpenAI's LLM, this is starting to be a really juicy story.